I create the thoughts to be in soul consciousness. I am immortal, Master Almighty. Creating the awareness as a mortal being, it will help me to be fearless. Whatever happens in a physical way is not going to affect the soul. Baba wants us to remove, finish all our weaknesses, have power, and through this power, destroy your own weaknesses and also help others to finish their weaknesses. When there is weakness, then journey becomes difficult and destination looks very high. So I have to keep myself not only powerful, but also constantly moving forward with enthusiasm. Serve through your thoughts, words, and actions. I want to be the embodiment of one's eternal form. And keep emerging the qualities of love, quality of peace, and keep thinking of our qualities. This will help me to remain close to Baba and do Baba's task. Om Shanti.
युग में प्यारे बाबा संगम युग में प्यारे बाबा हमें आपसे बेहद प्यार मिला मिला हमें आपसे बेहद प्यार मिला
विश्व पर कैसे विजय प्राप्त करें। इसलिए चेक करो घर में इंद्रियों जीत मन जीत कहाँ तक बने। अगर फर्स्ट डिवीजन में आना है तो इस लक्षण से लक्ष्य को प्राप्त कर सकते।
Om Shanti. Now do service with your elevated state of the mind and your subtle attitude. Qualities, actions, and elevated attitude like those of the Father. Because Father Brahma performed karma practically in Madhuban, the vibrations of tapasya, his karma, and renunciation are merged in this land. This is why everyone easily experiences this world to be unique. In the same way, wherever you children live, whatever your field of action is, let the qualities, actions, and elevated attitude like those of the Father be experienced in the atmosphere through you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Parivar. Today's day 6. Now do service with your elevated state of the mind and your subtle attitude. Today's topic: qualities, actions, and elevated attitude like those of the Father. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti, everyone. Okay, good. Yes, that's very good. When there is divine image or the idols of gods and goddesses, deities, that little space which we put them, we call that as temple. Before it was like a room. And because the goddess is there, we say it's a temple. So today Baba is drawing our attention towards the place we live. That means the space which I occupy. It could be one goddess or two goddesses in a room, whatever. but the space should have such powerful vibrations that anyone who enters there just feel peace, light. And more I think of going into the rooms of Dadi Janki, Dadi Gulzar, whether it was living room or bedroom or dining room, wherever you go, the vibrations are very powerful, very unique, very clean place, very powerful. Everything is perfect in the sense of nothing is around in the room, completely organized. So that is physical, but then also there is subtle vibrations. So we all have to start thinking about that and keep our space very clean, very organized, very peaceful, and very powerful vibrations. And I was thinking our sisters walk from a Vyakti Bhavan to Harmony House, right? So they walk whole day. They come, they go, Amrit Vela. So it is just like Brahma Baba walking from the room up to the Tower of Peace. That used to be his walking space. So it's a action, right? Walking is action. But how tapasya in action? I remember many times we used to go or walk outside. Baba used to say, go in silence so that anyone see you. They see you walking in silence and they look at you and feel these are the angels. These sisters are not from this world, they are beyond. So Baba used to tell us while walking, just being soul consciousness. These days we have less attention on these things. So then impact is also less. No? People look at us as in white clothes, but not necessarily as angels. Right? So Baba is talking of action and then tapasya, but also renunciation. So we look at Brahma Baba, his renunciation. Renunciation here is more of mind and intellect. That mind and intellect doesn't get entertained by wandering in the sense of getting connected anywhere. It should have concentration. Whenever we want to withdraw, it should take just 1 second. And renunciation, that means nothing belongs to me. I belong to Baba. Baba belongs to me. That's true renunciation. When in the beginning we come to Baba, we renounce whatever in a physical way. We became spiritual. Our system, customs, our dress, everything changed. That was renunciation. But renunciation is attention on the self. that there is no influence on me. My mind doesn't have wasteful thoughts, because wasteful thoughts come only when there is lack of renunciation. And same is, okay, you renounce, but if there is no tapasya, tapasya is very often taking mind and intellect to Baba, towards Baba. Just have very stable mind. So combination of action, tapasya and renunciation is Brahma Baba's example. I find that it's really powerful, and if we pay attention, doing tapasya while doing actions, just imagine whether you are working in kitchen or whether anything you are doing, the whole place will be charged with complete vibrations of purity, of love, of peace. And many of us, we live uh, at Baba's homes. So naturally, Baba's homes, the vibrations have to be very peaceful and powerful. I remember one time Baba said, I have only one child who is consistent and stable. And so we thought, let's see which child is that. So Baba said, museum, because they never change mood. They are very stable. Anyone who comes, they are served. So Baba was actually saying, each one of us, we should become moving museums. That means we are keep serving. Just looking at us, some kind of feelings come in them, experience come in them. Because if whatever you are embodiment of, at that whatever is your awareness, instantly others will have that experience. They will know, people don't know about purity. But when there is pure and clean energy, it's very peaceful and also very powerful. So many say, how to serve through the mind. I say it's not a separate subject to serve through mind. While serving, whether it is through words or actions, let's say you're serving with a lot of love for Baba. I am cooking or serving Baba's Brahma Bhojan. Not serving lunch, serving Brahma Bhojan. So there is difference, right? When the thought is elevated, then others' bhavana towards food will also be different. That means you're serving through actions now. Serving through action doesn't mean you're doing action, but the awareness you have while doing action could be your tapasya. So I'm trying to kind of understand, and I think we want to do it, combine tapasya and action. And renunciation is visible when there is no desire. I look at something, it's so beautiful, is so nice. Yeah, you can appreciate, you can admire, but it's not I want it. So when you are free from desires, and that means you are renunciate, you are not attracted by anything. Any kind of attraction is attachment, and that's not renunciation. Right? Any time, any body conscious drishti, whether it's for people, whether it's for material things, all that means there is not complete renunciation. It's so interesting to think more and more at your present stage. What is renunciation? So awareness has vibrations, right? So awareness while doing actions is tapasya. So you're getting double, right? Action, elevated action will bring the result. But then if you have awareness and action, it's serving in a double way. And that's what is called Mansa Seva also. I remember one sister used to cook lot peacefully. She said, whenever I cook, I keep remember Baba that whosoever eats the food should have should get more connected to Baba, should have more bhavna to serve the yajna. Like she will always have these kinds of thoughts. Instead of intellect, concentration is important. Whatever you're doing, you want to do in a perfect way. But there is another level of that perfection is from your awareness. And now what Baba is saying through these avyakti signals, that you have to reach to that perfect, serve from that stage of tapasya. And that's where we will become perfect. And looking at others, someone came to Peaceful Age, said when sisters were serving, our attention was not on the food, but we were looking at them because they were so much with love and cheerful and in silence the way they were serving. Even here at Harmony House, I remember few people came, they used to look at the way bhog is served. And they really appreciated. We have 100 plus people who quietly, everyone gets their bhog. So it's an action. But what is impressing them is not the way you do it, of course, but the way you are a being. So being and then doing, right? It's called karma yogi or a tapasvi in action. So Baba has given us a new responsibility or creating a new awareness in us. And that awareness is to make our places as temples, as pilgrimage places, sacred spaces, not something ordinary. So this way we glorify Baba, reveal Baba, his virtues, his actions, his tapasya, and his renunciation. And we follow that. Om Shanti.
देखा हम बहुत खुश है, आप छूटे, हम बाबा के पास है, छूटे। टुकड़ा खाया, हम ठीक हो गए। ये है बाबा की कमाल। मीठे मीठे बच्चे, तुम बहुत बहुत भाग्यवान बच्चे हो जो बाबा के पास आए हो, बाबा की गोद ली है। तो बाबा तुम बच्चों को संपन्न बना करके साथ में ले जाने चाहते हैं। तो बाबा की आशाओं को भी हमें पूर्ण करना है ना। बाबा कहते हैं मेरा एक एक रतन संपन्न बने।
झिलमिल झगमगाती तेरी हर अदाएं, झिलमिल झगमगाती तेरी हर अदाएं, अब भी बाबा संग तुमको हम पाए, अब भी बाबा।
समझो हमारा पांडव भवन और पीस पार्क कितना दूर है, परंतु हम का बाबा पहाड़ियों से चढ़ चढ़ के हम जाते थे। बाबा से के साथ थे तो खुशी में नाचते रहते थे। तो पहाड़ियों से चढ़ चढ़ के पीस पार्क पहुंच जाते थे। फिर वहाँ चेरी केरी होती थी, वो चेरी केरी खाई, हमारा नाश्ता हो गया। फिर हम पैदल ही चढ़ते थे ऊपर माउंटेन। अब रोड से अब पांडवन पैदल ही चढ़ते थे खुशी में। बाबा कहता था जो गिरेगा वो फेल होगा।
जहाँ देखो है लोगों पे माँ तेरी कहानी, छाई है लाखों में तेरी नूरानी, छाई है लाखों में तेरी नूरानी। दिल से जो भी सिवा दिया न्यारा, दिल से जो भी सिवा दिया न्यारा, मेरा बाबा गाए जग सारा, मेरा बाबा गाए जग सारा। प्यारी प्यारी मीठी दादी, प्यारी प्यारी मीठी दादी, हर मीठी दादी, आज भी तेरी हंसी।
ओम शांति, ओम शांति, ओम शांति। आप भी ये सब रोज रोज अपनी तपस्या करना और बहुत अच्छा है, बाबा की मदद मिलती रहेगी, हम भी साथ में हैं।
Om Shanti Vyakti Parivar. Just to let you know that today is May 6th, Dadi Ishudadi ji became a Vyakt. It's been 2 years now. So we're just remembering with a lot of love. And also in Madhuban, it was a special program for her as well. So anyway, we're sending our love to her in Salal region with Baba. So now let's start a Vyakti journey. Welcome to a Vyakti journey, a Vyakti Parivar chit chat, conversations that open the heart and elevate the mind. Welcome our dear angel brother, Eric.
Om Shanti, each and everyone, special loving greetings from the heart, of course. Happy to be with all of you in Avyakti Parivar. And yes, to join again Mohini Didi for nice chit chat. I don't think there will be a surprise this evening. To be a nice little chit chat from the heart. And there was two things Mohini Didi had in mind for a little get together. One is about the Murlis of 1969, and the other is a blessing that we read 2 weeks ago. So I was waiting impatiently to be with you to ask you a question about that. But the first thought I had was about, I was just listening, not every night, but sometimes to these Murlis from 1969. And then we hear also Avyak Babdada 1994. And I was wondering for you, when you listen to these Murlis so many years later, do you feel there has been an evolution in Avyak Babdada's way of talking, or was it his awareness? I don't know, but the way they are spoken in 1969, 1970, it's a little bit different from 1994. And I was wondering, how do you listen to them, and how do you feel about, it reminds you of how Babdada was in the beginning, a bit different? How is your lecture of this, looking at the time frame?
Have you thought about it? Do you feel the difference?
I do feel a difference. I do feel a little difference, but I don't know what to think of it. If it's because it took time for Brahma Baba to sit in his Avyak perfect form, like Shiv Baba in Brahma Baba's body. It took time to have all the knowledge been given through Brahma Baba, and it took time to Brahma Baba to figure out how Shiv Baba speaks through him and how is everything. And I was wondering, in such a region in the beginning, would it take time for Brahma Baba to sit in that new role, because he didn't have the body anymore? And did it take time for the flow of Shiv Baba's energy to be expressed through Brahma Baba's intellect into Daddy Gulzar's body? They might have to adjust. It's like if you get a new chair tomorrow in Avyakti Parivar, maybe the first nights you may have to take a few nights to get comfortable in a new chair. So I was wondering if the early Murlis were also a new thing for Babdada, and it took time to adjust to what when we listen to the Murlis 1994, they're so powerful. So what do you think of that? This is maybe my surprise question for this Saturday.
What I find because we are hearing both Murlis now, Avyak, the Murlis of 70 and 94 on Sundays, what Baba in the beginning was giving us more directions and clarity on some things, and it was more like talking more of different kinds of knowledge, the need of the time. Like today Baba is saying that Shaktis need to have power to destroy, and to destroy the evil or the devilishness of the souls, and you all should be prepared for that, and not only be just loving and cool, but also be a Kali. Kali means one who destroys the viciousness of from the souls. So what I find in the beginning, like he's giving more directions and what is the need of the time. But now it's like wisdom, very deep. And Baba takes just one topic and then he keep explaining. I find they are really very, very deep Murlis. So in the beginning, maybe he was still wants for us to be embodiment of something. And now it's like decoration. I feel like Baba is decorating us. So it's different than just explaining and then decorating. These Murlis are really I think, very scholarly and a sense of scriptures or whatever you could say. That is the decoration for us.
Mhm. So do you think that Brahma Baba's soul has continued to transform, evolved, understand better in the time he is in a subtle region, or is it fixed? He left the body and he remained fixed all the time? Or do you think that even Brahma Baba's in subtle region is evolving?
I see it other way round. I feel whatever are our needs, according to that Baba gives, So it's not that his, level was increasing or ascending, but what we could take it, how much we can, relate to and put it in practice according to that Baba gives. Same like, no, Baba said in Sakarmoli also, when children said, Baba, before we said soul is like oval shape, and now we say it is a star. So then Baba said, you would not have understood what I would have said in the beginning. So Baba reveals gradually, I think same is with taking us into awake stage. So in the beginning, what is required and what is required now, and becoming angels, what are subtle aspects are required now. So I see that way, that this is really Baba is giving according to our present time, need of the present time.
All right, thank you. I was curious. I was wondering if there was any secret I was missing in that transition period from 1969 to today, because we saw it the last few years, Daddy Gurzon's body was also a factor that changed a little bit the capacity of Shiv Baba to express everything, of course. So I was wondering if in the beginning there was also something. So thank you for, maybe you'll have other thoughts also as we listen
What
to these
happens
relays.
with Adi Gulzar, like, Baba had to prepare her for what he has to say. So 2 days before she would like to be in isolation, she will go in her room, and it's like preparing as you're getting subtle signals from Baba, what Baba is going to say. So that, so I think that he also has to work on her
Mhm.
to when he has to speak, So because when a concept has to be explained, sometimes there are so many points, right? So Baba must be preparing her intellect. And then when Baba comes, then it's very easy, the flow is there. So it's always like that, in the sense when Shiv Baba came in Brahma Baba, then Shiv Baba prepared Brahma Baba internally. Same then Avyakt Bab Dada, preparing Dadi Gulzar to be the medium and to speak. Because it should match, It shouldn't be that her intellect is not of that level and Baba wants to speak from that level, then it will not work, So some kind of deep, subtly, that energies have to be aligned. And I think that's a lot of work for Avek Bardala.
So maybe Shiv Baba is doing that on you as well. And before you have to make a big decision, maybe 2 days before he start to give you some touching, interesting.
It's true because you feel internally and then, this is it, the right answer comes. And that is why, Dadi Gulzar's nature was silence and observing. And I also find that I can't immediately, it's like Baba prepares you for, and it's very interesting, It's like a process. I think he must be preparing all of us, as instruments.
I think some of us can catch it and others not catch it too much.
You have to allow Baba to work through your intellect.
But I really appreciate what you just said with Dari Gurzon, because I was there, like many of us in Madhuban, and we could see that the class that Gurza will give the day before Baba will come would be very, very similar to the Murli. And I was wondering how it works, and I never thought that it's Baba preparing her. So she's already getting the signal. This is really, it makes perfect sense, and it switches around the thought that, well, maybe Daddy Guzar is churning, and that's what comes in the Murli after that. And I prefer the other way around. Baba is preparing her. It's very interesting.
He goes completely detached and isolation, and Nilu always says whenever we go, she's on her own with Baba. So I think that they both work together.
Mm. All right, we can continue, but I had a really 2 weeks ago, Baba, there was a blessing at the end of the Murli that really for me was like finding a golden key, thinking, don't lose, that one is really, really very important. So just to remind you of what it is, and those who are listening, is Baba was saying, may you experiment with the power of silence, using the instrument of pure thoughts and become an embodiment of success. So he said the special instrument to use for the power of silence is pure thoughts. And with this instrument of pure thoughts, you can see whatever you want to become an embodiment of success. And he was saying, experiment it with this on yourself first. And he was saying, experiment with it on any illness of your body, and see how with the power of silence, any karmic bondage will change into a form of a sweet relationship, So he said, use that in you for the body, the mind, and the sanskars. And then you can work on others, but you will attain success. So for me, what I was really curious to hear from you is that connection with pure thoughts, focusing on a sanskar, for example. If I have a sanskar I want to change, and I want to use pure thoughts, when do I know it becomes the power of silence affecting the sanskar? So there could be a transformation. Do I need to wait for the sanskar to be manifested? So at that time, I think, oh, Eric, use pure thoughts to change the sanskar. And, or can I work on it anytime? For example, think now, okay, I have this sanskar, let me use pure thoughts to change a specific sanskar, and how pure thoughts become power of silence. That's what I was curious to hear from you.
My experience is many times, when there is true silence, pure thoughts emerge. And they are really pure because they're not coming from your intellect or from churning. Very pure thoughts will emerge. And so I can use those pure thoughts. Like 2-3 days ago, I was practicing on, my head was a little bit heavy. So I just thought the best way is to be really, really in soul consciousness. And for 10-15 minutes, I went in really deep silence. And after that, I felt I'm very light. And so one is that means you can use power of silence, complete silence, and that's only possible when you just say, I'm point of light, and be in the center of the forehead and be in silence, and you see the effect on your body also, lot different. And second, as you said, in the deep silence, sometimes early morning or during day, very, very pure thought will emerge. And if you implement those thoughts, it's successful. That means it's like a kind of inner vision is clear, and you are able to see what should be done, what is right. And we sometimes don't take time for that because we intellectually plan everything. We should do this, we should do this. But very few go in deep silence, create a vision, what should we do? And it's perfect when you do that, And that is why many times I'm asked things, I said, okay, let me think about it. But I don't think, I go in silence. And when I go in silence, I'm very clear. Let us do that. And it works well. Success really is that it worked. It was very practical and successful also. So it's very interesting that we should experiment more with silence. And also in relationships, or silence also is kind of, you are erasing something and you are rewriting. So you go in deep silence, you erase whether it's past sanskar or impressions, and then with pure thoughts, you write it again. I have a lot of experience with this, and I want to do it more, but I remember one time was so much with me. Just go in deep silence, and then what you think, do that.
So two
So
things.
you're not thinking, thoughts are coming in you.
Right.
So they connect with drama, they connect with everything.
But in the, I understand, and the thought is, if the sanskar is manifested, let's say someone has a sanskar of getting quite impatient or annoyed or angry a little bit. Well, when the sanskar of being angry comes up, is it not difficult to just go into silence? Because then the mind is a little bit body conscious. At that time, just to say to the mind, okay, go silent, is a bit difficult, no?
Well, I think that
I'm not saying it's my experience, right? I'm just giving an example.
Think find, if you really want some change or realization or power, you just sit for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and practice the soul consciousness, just pure soul consciousness. So you will find that in that deep silence, you feel powerful. And also when Baba said in Murli that if some mistake has been done, you waste a lot of time thinking about that mistake. Even that situation of 3 minutes have gone, but you're taking 3 hours because you are still thinking that shouldn't happen. Okay, it happened. So you can go remember Baba, soul consciousness. That is deep silence, Little while you are thinking of one quality of Baba, then you are with Baba all the time, 10 minutes, half an hour. And when you are with Baba, you come out in a very different way.
All right, I think we have a journey coming up, and but so it's to be continued. I'd be really interested in exploring that concept, because I was also, and maybe next time we can discuss, pure thoughts, elevated thoughts, powerful thoughts. Is there really a difference when Baba says use pure thoughts so that you create a silence that will change the sanskar? I'm really thinking, those pure thoughts, are there, how we define the pure thought versus the thought which is just knowledgeable. Sometimes we have a good knowledge thought, but it's not pure. So to be continued. We'll do that next time or so. Stay tuned. There will be episode number 2. Thank you, Mohini Didi. And we have the...
Yeah, it's good. We all need to chant that.
All right. All right. Thank you. Happy to be here again, and we'll meet again very soon. Om Shanti. Om Shanti, everyone.
Now do service with your elevated state of the mind and your subtle attitude. Qualities, actions, and elevated attitude like those of the Father. Because Father Brahma performed karma practically in Madhuban, the vibrations of tapasya, his karma, and renunciation are merged in this land. This is why everyone easily experiences this world to be unique. In the same way, wherever you children live, whatever your field of action is, let the qualities, actions, and elevated attitude, like those of the Father, be experienced in the atmosphere through you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Vikti Parivar. So before we move forward, tomorrow is Sunday and I'd like to go through the schedule. Amrit Vela 3:30 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. Meditation will begin at 6 a.m. followed by Sakar, Hindi, Murli, followed by meditation, Bhog offering, English, Avik Murli until 9:30 a.m. Evening meditation start at 6 p.m. followed by Spotlight Drishti sharing, followed by Hindi series, meditation commentary by Didi, English series, and Avikti churning. So now let's start our Murli. Welcome to Avikti journey. Avik Murlis from 1969, inspiring us to change from Brahmin to angel.
Om Shanti. The degree of the confluence age and the reward of the future. 11th of July 1970, Avyakt Murli. This is why you must make effort to claim the degree and not to be issued the decree. Those who are issued the decree will be ashamed. This is why you must constantly check to what extent you have become qualified. This was just the main qualification that was told to you, but there is a long list. There is also the word full as a suffix to each quality. Faithful, powerful, etc. And so when you are full of everything in this way, you will receive the degree. All attain success anyway, but are you successful? Are you powerful? Or are you lacking a little of those? You have to check this. Those who are full in all these qualities will receive the degree of the perfect Avyakt angel. All of you have kept this aim, have you not? What is the present time? It is now a very delicate time. It is not the time to move along with any fragility. If you continue to move with fragility, even during the delicate time, there will be a loss as a result. And therefore, you now have to become an image that destroys. You have to adopt a fearsome form. So now, because the time is becoming more and more delicate day by day, you have to become an image that destroys. What do you have to destroy? Your own sanskars. You now have to adopt a fearsome form for your own sanskars, your own sinful actions, and the sinful souls of the present time, and destroy all of those in a second. It is said of Shankar that he opened his eye and destruction took place in a second. This is a sign of the task of an image that destroys evil. By adopting your fearsome form, the drishti you give anyone should be able to destroy their sinful sanskars. So now you have to adopt a fearsome form for your own sinful actions and wasteful actions as well as for sinful souls. You must now not be a loving form. You must become the form of Kali, a fearsome form that destroys evil is needed now. These are the last moments. If you do not adopt the fearsome form even now, then you will not be able to confront either your sinful actions or sinful souls. It is now no longer a question of accommodating anything. You must not accommodate your sinful actions, wasteful thoughts, or the sinful activity of sinful souls, but you have to destroy them. You now have to merge love and reveal the Shakti form. Shaktis have to adopt three things at the same time. One is the virtue of motherly love on the forehead. Secondly, spirituality in their image. And thirdly, there should be authority in their words. Each word should be such that it finishes the sinful actions and the sinful souls. What will happen when you have imbibed all these three at the same time? The sinful actions and the sinful souls will be destroyed. With the vision of the Shaktis, sinful souls will tremble in fear. Of what? Of their own sinful actions. So now become an image that destroys and quickly destroy everything. In some cases, you forget to destroy sanhar, something, while you are decorating yourself shringar. You have to put on many decorations. Now, you must destroy evil. You each became a master Brahma. You carried out sustenance and also decorated yourself. But it is now the part for destroying evil. Together with the ornaments of the Shaktis and the challenge of the Shaktis, which activity of theirs is remembered? The jingle of the anklets. You have to wear anklets and dance on the devils. What happens when you dance in this way? Whatever you dance on will be finished and buried. The sign of fearlessness and destruction is the jingle of anklets. It isn't that the Pandavas have not done this. Pandavas are also a form of Shakti. Both are included in the form of Shakti. So all these three forms are now being carried out in a practical and revealed form. Now, weak ones are of no use. Weak ones do not go onto a battlefield. Only brave, courageous ones go there. It is now the time to be revealed on the battlefield. Become the form of a brave, courageous Shakti and come to the front in a revealed form. What will happen when you are revealed in this way? There will be revelation. There will be the revelation of the Father and the children. The more you reveal yourself, the more revelation there will be. So in order to glorify the Father, you have to reveal yourself. If even now you do not say goodbye to your own weaknesses, how would you become benefactors for the world? This is why you must now bid farewell to your own weaknesses. Only then will you be able to become benefactors for the world. Acha. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Baba.
Om Shanti.
Now do service with your elevated state of the mind and your subtle attitude. Qualities, actions, and elevated attitude like those of the Father. Because Father Brahma performed karma practically in Madhuban, the vibrations of tapasya, his karma, and renunciation are merged in this land. This is why everyone easily experiences this world to be unique. In the same way, wherever your children live, whatever your field of action is, let the qualities, actions, and elevated attitude like those of the Father be experienced in the atmosphere through you.
अब अपनी श्रेष्ठ मनसा द्वारा सूक्ष्म वृत्तियों से सेवा करो। बाप समान गुण, कर्म और श्रेष्ठ वृत्ति जैसे मधुबन में ब्रह्मा बाप के कर्म साकार में होने के कारण इस भूमि में तपस्या, कर्म और त्याग के वाइब्रेशंस समाये हुए हैं। इसलिए यहाँ हर एक सहज अनुभव करते हैं कि यह संसार न्यारा ऐसे आप बच्चे भी जहाँ रहते हो जो आपका कर्म क्षेत्र है, वहां आप द्वारा बाप समान गुण, कर्म और श्रेष्ठ वृत्ति का वायुमंडल अनुभव में आए। ओम शांति।